Hello and welcome to another KKP Rhapsody, where we recap the best news of this November week. I'm your floating voice, Mr. Toffee, and here's what we got, starting with a big esports event. The Mobile Legends M1 World Championship, or M1, was one hell of an event. We had Mobile Legends fans from all over the world gathered in the Axiata Arena here in Malaysia for some good old-fashioned, high-level mobile play. After the dust had settled, we finally have the first Mobile Legends World Champion, EVOS Legends. The Indonesian team brought home the grand prize of US $80K. At the grand finals, they met up with their longtime rival, Rex Regum Kion. After 7 grueling matches, EVOS triumphed with a 4-3 victory. Good job, Indonesia. Malaysia's Toda secured 3rd place. That's right, a Malaysian team is top 3 in the world. To say that we're proud of this is an understatement. The boys walked home with a prize of US $20K. Good job, Malaysia, good job. EVOS's Aura was crowned MVP of the M1 tournament. He definitely deserves it, as he won several rounds without dying even once. Now that's talent and skill. Aura won himself US $3K. With teams from all around the world competing, the M1 was definitely the game's equivalent of a TI. Speaking of next year, the M2 has already been teased. It will be happening in Jakarta, Indonesia. No other details have been announced yet, but we're already excited for it. After months and months of being promised a comprehensive national esports blueprint, the Malaysian Ministry of Youth and Sports, KBS, has finally demystified its plans for local esports from 2020 to 2025 via a launch event last night. The blueprint itself is 144 pages long, so here are the highlights. There's a good section on athletes' duties, rights, contract guidelines, and career guidelines. This is also accompanied by a section that helps protect athletes under 18, as well as a clear career path plan for veteran athletes so that they don't get stuck in a dead end if they decide to leave the field. Women participation and female divisions are also prioritized here, when in fact the right way to approach this is to get everyone to participate regardless of gender, age, location, and socio-economic background. There is also a section about supporting the growth of esports in Malaysia by giving your money to peripheral brands and establishments like Pantheon, Orange, Sades, and Toda. Look, local support for this is cool and all, but shouldn't this split be neutral? The approved esports titles so far are as follows. So if your game isn't there, well, you may have to petition harder to get your game onto this exclusive list. Overall, good effort. The blueprint may need a bit more work and less people patting themselves on the back, but it's a good start. The next Borderlands 3 DLC has been announced. Our predictions were kind of off the mark because we thought it would be on Opportunity. But hey, it'll be set in a Handsome Jack themed location. So we're still half right, right? The DLC will open up a new area called the Handsome Jackpot, a brand new map full of bling. We're also welcoming the return of more Hyperion troops, loader troops, and constructors who want us dead, and probably an overpowered boss or two. Don't forget tons of new guns and loot, which is part and parcel for these paid DLCs. Despite Dexit happening, people really like the new Pokemon game, at least in Japan. Famitsu has reported that Pokemon Sword and Shield has sold more than 1.3 million copies in Japan within 3 days of its release. Mind you, that's not including digital sales. Step aside Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, the new king of fastest selling Switch games has arrived. This shows that most people don't really care about Game Freak's supposed quote-unquote lack of effort. But that also means they're convinced that this is good enough. That's pretty bad news for anyone looking for a true next-gen Pokemon game. Believe it or not, there's never been an R-rated movie that raked in $1 billion. It's even harder to do that if said movie isn't released in China. But one man managed to do both. He's not just anybody, he's the Clown Prince of Crime. That's right, Joker has become the first ever R-rated movie to surpass the $1 billion mark in revenue at the global box office. It's the 3rd movie in history to make that much money without ever entering the Chinese market. Box Office Mojo tells us that the movie made $322 million in the US and $694 million overseas. That also makes Joker the 43rd highest grossing movie of all time. That puts it one spot above the Dark Knight movie that now sits at number 44. I guess that means Joaquin Phoenix is a better Joker than Heath Ledger. Okay, I'm just kidding. I mean, the best Joker was obviously played by Jared Leto. It's that time of year again, my friends. Doritos and Mountain Dew salesman Geoff Keighley is getting ready for his yearly circle jerk. I mean awards show. The Game Awards 2019 will be happening on 13th December at the Microsoft Theatre in LA. You can cast your votes right now by visiting the website. The nominations have been made public, and we're actually really surprised. Believe it or not, Death Stranding is nominated for only 9 awards out of 29 categories. Not 15, not 29, only 9 awards! Real talk, is anyone not seeing the problem of an awards show's producer appearing in a work that's nominated in that same awards show? Also, whatever the nomination board and clique were smoking, I'd like a year's supply of that, please. Industry biases aside, it's good to see games like Disco Elysium, The Outer Worlds, and Control get the appreciation that they deserve. Of course, there are some glaring omissions, like any awards show. Where's Arslan Ash in the esports category? Where is Code Vein in the Best OST Awards? And where is Outer Wilds in the GOTY category? Though to be fair, if they made a show for the people, they would be missing out on all that Monster Energy sponsorship money. That's it for this week's Rhapsody. We'll be taking a quick break from the show next week, but we'll be back this December. If you want your news fix, guides, features, and our humble wrap-up of 2019 in video games, head over down to Kakuchopurei.com or the KKP in case our awesome name wears out your tongue.
That's what she said!
Until then, that's the way the world pixelates.